this work? Did this actually work? I've never done the YouTubes before here. I think it worked. Okay. We're going to say live on a stream. Welcome back to the latest episode of TT Plays. Someone requested I do a stream. I don't know why, because I didn't think I'm going to watch, but we're doing this in stream mode. We played in the Alchemical Revolution's Kickoff event yesterday, put on by Weebs, and we ended up going 2-4. So the goal was 3-3, but we learned a lot about the deck. And at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of things we need to change. But that's okay. Let's run through each card. We can kind of talk about how they felt, and yeah, kind of go from there. So all the Astra cards felt pretty good. Astrocyte, right, which is just a great enabler. Cosmic Bolt, which is our win con. Right, Comet Fall, which honestly did a lot of damage, even doing just opposing players. And then Astra Seal was actually really good. I'm glad we ended up putting 2 Astra Seals in the deck. Bayleaf compared this to like going to Vegas, and that's a pretty apt description. Like, I can't tell you the amount of times I glimpsed a ton. We just whiffed, and then yeah, we're not any closer to killing the person because we need to hit a ton of cosmic bolts. I think I was relying too heavily on Scepter of Lumina. There is a lot of removal for that card now, and I just don't think I can leverage it as much as I was kind of leveraging it to count on damage. So we're going to leave it in the deck, but there's a lot of matchups too where they're just fast enough that we can't Scepter of Lumina. So I think we just need to find some additional damage. So my takeaway was I was a little too dependent on the Scepter, which is fine. And I think we need to find some more damage in the main deck and some more consistencies. I didn't love the fractal refracting missile package, so I'm tentatively going to removing all of these. Everything else felt fine. Concourse and Navigate I really liked. I wouldn't be shocked if we were supposed to take them out or go down in concourses, but I thought those were fine cards. I still like the Fast Cure, it might be wrong. I think I want more Conjured Downpours. Yeah, I think I want more Conjured Downpours. I don't think I want Flash Freeze. Yes, okay, so let's remove the Flash Freeze. I think worst case, I could just increase my Frostbinds if I want more Flash Freeze. I would like 2 more Downpours. Fracturize was really good. I want to go to 4 Fracturize. Only having that at 3 was a mistake. Cards in my sideboard. Song of Frost was really good. Terrafraying was not. Let's tentatively remove Terrafraying. Resolute was fine. I think I would rather have Peaceful Reunion. We'll see. This lady was phenomenal. She's real good. We might need another one of her. And Song of Frost might just be good enough that a couple make it into the main deck. Okay, so I think the first thing we need to talk about is Scry the Stars. Someone pointed out in my last video that I was reading this wrong. You have to banish a Scry the Skies to play Scry the Stars for free, which is a lot better. And I think if we add more threats, we'll want Scry the Stars. So I'm tentatively going to add 2 to the deck and kind of see where we get to here. So 4 Fracturize, 2 Frostbinds feel fine. Paladins were, of course, workhorses. And now we honestly just need to add more cards. Okay, so cards that I think we might want to consider adding are the Rhyme Soul. It's just 3 for a 2/2 with floating memory behind it. We can use it to draw a card. I don't think we will, but I think I want these. Is there a potion we end up wanting to run? I actually am kind of down on Barter Herbs. I know it basically lets you draw a card, but I think I'd rather run Harvest. There's 2 of them. Harvest is one that just gathers you something with a floating memory. So Rhymestone is Barter Herbs is basically pay 1 if you're level 2, draw a card, floating memory. Maybe that's better. Let's try Harvest because I think I want to try to keep the ingredient pouch in the deck. One of the other cards I thought would be interesting is the War Priest. On attack, recover 2. So I'm just tentatively going to add one of this to the deck, and then we can talk about it. It's either this or Resto. I don't think Resto has enough staying power. I think I'd rather have the ally, right? But I'm basically looking for something that gets me. Morgan was the other card we were considering, right? Some way to like recover repetitively. So she becomes a 2/3 for 3 on attack, recover 2, but only with that memory 4. Resto is obviously just that straight 4 for 3. So I look at it as like a piece of removal. It's basically like a really overpriced lightning helix. Like, are either of those going to be good enough? I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out. How many cards would this put me at? This puts me at 59 cards. I really only have room for one of these. That's assuming I keep the Navigate Palatial in the deck, which again, I'm not sure if that's good enough, but I think it might be. Don't be afraid to play the Navigates early. The other option is we could pull the Navigates for a Idle Thoughts, but I think I'd rather have the Navigates right now than Idle. Morgan just doesn't trade at all. I just don't think Morgan's good enough. She's more of a late game piece. I need something early. My brain says allies are just better right now. So let's try the ally. Puts me at 4. So I'm adding 8 allies to the deck. We increase the downpours from 2 to 4. We swap the barters for harvest. And we kept the fast cures in the deck. We also added the scry. I think that's pretty good. So let's recap the matchups real quick. I played into a Win Veritas list. There was a newer player. We won that pretty easily. Then we played into a Fire Xander list. Played Fire Xander twice. We lost both of them. Each one 1-2. Games were close though. I felt like that was manageable. That was definitely winnable. They just can't go as wide. So Song of Frost was really impactful there. And again, Paladin was really impactful because again, they just can't go as wide into us. We played into counter negate Arisanna. That was a long game, but we got that 2-0. And then we played into 2 Fire Dianas. We lost both of those. One of them was not particularly close. The other one was super close to pulling it out with the win there. We lost 1-2 there as well, but we were just one life away in that one. So again, really close there. I think if we just add some more early interaction, we can get there in those matchups. So one of the things that I saw from Bale's list that I thought was interesting is like, what if we remove the Orb of Glitter? And I never thought of this, but they were running the Bulwark. So it's a 0 for a 2/2, but I mean that's just 4 damage. I don't hate that. Also, we were punished for not having a Null Lantern. We definitely need a Null Lantern, if not in the main, in the side. Let's add that to the side, actually. I think the side needs a Null. These could probably afford to go main, but I don't know what I'd pull out right now, so I'm going to leave them in the side for now. I feel like they're fighting the fast cure, and I want to have the here. What here? I think that all felt fine. Chalice was an MVP when we got the thing out there. Ingredient palettes for the super grindy games. We'll see how it goes. Orb of Regret, I thought was honestly probably not good. Do we drop Orb and then should we test scale? Sure, we can test scale. Other considerations are Lunette. Like, can we become a balanced deck and use Lunette to stop the white allies? I don't think that's even going to help. Yeah, because the super wide decks just felt absolutely horrible to play into. We played some other games, and again, Wind allies, Lorraine allies, any of the white allies lists just felt horrible. Upping the downpours, I think, will be fine. I might need peaceful reunions. Resolute is pretty good. I think I would try to run this again. We picked up a little more damage. I'm bad at this. There, we have the Paladin to kind of help out. Is that just enough early threat with a little bit of recovery? We have float tech onto the Rhymestone that maybe it gets us there. I think this is where I'd be next. I do want to say that the deck just still feels generally weak. Chang says we should consider Healing Potion. Sacrifice to recover 5. 3 for 5. I think I'd rather just have... See, I don't think well, I guess living or not dying was... I think I'd rather run Essence of Blizzard if that's the way we go. We can use it as a fake win con, but really it just prevents a unit from attacking me the next turn until allies enter the field rested. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think I just want to focus on adding more attacks to the deck. I think this is the package that I'm not 100% sure about, if Navigate and Palatial are good enough. I'm tentatively going to keep them in there, but I'm really not sure. And I think this is just what I'd run back there. I can't think of something... The Wisdom Potion is a maybe. I know Bayleaf was running that, and he was having pretty good success. He had way better success than I did in the event. But I mean, that would require me to dismantle this package, and I'm partial. Right now, I like Navigate and Palatials. Yeah, that's fair, Chang. Yeah, because right now the herbs are just for drawing. We do use the herbs. The Recover herb was important. The Loot herb is nice, right? It puts something in the bottom of the deck. So we do use the other herbs. The gaining a level is sometimes relevant for like Scry the Skies. So we've used some of the herbs. They're not just totally dead. Okay, so if we are gonna item, subtype potion. So this is just 3 herbs. It gives you a glimpse and we draw a card into memory, so I think I'd be partial to that. This is only 2 herbs to recover 5, which is actually, like you said, not bad. As soon as we get into the restricted ones, your champion gets +2 level at the end of the turn. Yeah, it just doesn't do enough. There's too much text on that. We're not going to read that. I think Serum of Wisdom would be the other one, which I don't mind. Like, okay, so what do we cut to test Serum of Wisdom? I don't want to pull Fast Cure. I feel like pulling Harvest would be... I think we'd have to start messing with this Palatial Navigate combo. I really like this. I think I'm going to leave that in place. I think this would just be what I run back then. So then obviously we just added the 8 allies to the deck. The War Priest. We up Conjured Downpour. We reduced our counter spell threshold. We added Scales just because Orb of Regret sounds great, but it wasn't great. We stole this from Bayleaf because he added this. He thinks it's really good. Sideboard. Wisdom's worth testing. Okay, so what do we pull to test Wisdom? I think it would have to be messing here. Yeah, the Memory 4+ is interesting. But hopefully we can get to that threshold enough. We have enough things that cost us... Actually, can we get there? It's guessing multiple things. Especially with the addition of the sword. The sword with the scale, we should be able to get there. We can gather. I think we'll run it. So I think this is what we'll test next. There's another online event tonight. I'll take you to that. We have the Null Lantern here. Song of Frost, Resolute, Astra. think we have to be less dependent on the scepter. Yeah, I just don't think I'm ready to pull the palatial package yet. I still think that's really good. I like the glimpsing every turn, which is basically mini Orb of Glitters, which we pulled from the deck. So yeah, I think we'll run this. All right. See where this ends up. Thanks, Chang. Yeah, hopefully this is helpful. Let me know what your Arisannas are doing. Bayleaf is doing some cool stuff. Maybe we'll have him on. We've talked in the past about him coming on. Maybe we'll do something there. So, all right, everybody, let's save this. Let's make some notes here. Let's see, this is 0.04. Description. Fractals weren't good enough. Adding more allies for sustained value. Keeping palatial. Navigate's easier to spell. All right. 1.04. Let's update the deck. All right, everybody. I'll let you know how it goes in the event tonight. Thanks for tuning in.